Ahoy hoy. I just hear with Rufus sound. Now this part of the video is where it gets a bit serious. Just adjust my hat. So what I'd done a post on LinkedIn earlier this week which was discussing basically coping with anxiety, maybe an event or something that's happened which has caused you to become stressed, wound up, raging maybe, and what you want to do in that scenario is what I do is I've got a 30cm ruler on my desk and I take it and I'll rate that event. I'll give it a rating between 1 and 30 in terms of how stressful that's made me, with 30 being like ah, and 1 being like meh. And what I want you to do now is do that yourself. So it could be something someone said or something someone's done, and I want you to take that scale. It doesn't have to be a 30cm ruler. It can be, you know, you could write down on a piece of paper 1 to 10, and I want you to choose between 1 and 10 where you'd rate that event or that thing that's happened, what stressed you out. And now what I want you to do, now you've given it a rating, is think about what the worst thing could happen in your life. It could be, and I hate to say it, somebody dying. It could be a loved one dying. It could be even a pet dying. Now whereabouts do you rate that on that scale? Guaranteed that's a definite 30. Am I right? I think I am. Now with that said, this event that's happened, what stressed you out during the week, it could be something at work or something at home. Where does that rate now on that scale? Because I can probably bet that it doesn't hold the same weight in terms of what you've initially rated it, given that the worst case scenario rating is a definite 30. And this happened with me many weeks ago. Something was winding me up at work. I can't even remember what it was, and I give it a rating of 22 out of 30. And I got asked by my therapist, what's the worst thing that could happen in your life? I was like, lose my job. She's like, really? Is that the worst thing? Is it not somebody dying? Is it not your partner dying? I was like, actually, yeah, that's a 30. Now where did I rate that event, which was a 22? Well, it dropped down the scale and it went down to like a 4 or a 5. And what that just highlights is the fact that you've got to take a step back from these situations and realise that you've got to respond, not react, and you see the bigger picture. There's a wider perspective here, and don't let that in the moment action allow things to spiral out of control and cause a lot more havoc and stress than what is needed. Because the reality is you're probably overthinking it and you're letting it worry you a lot more than usual. And I can say this because that event, what happened, which I rated a 22, I can't even remember what it was. So that's just one thing to bear in mind in terms of getting that wider perspective, taking a step back, take a deep breath, and just realise that, you know, you've got to see the bigger picture. Don't live in that moment in time. Take a step back and imagine you're looking at yourself. You use that scale, you evaluate where you're going to rate that item, think of the worst thing that could ever happen, and then re-evaluate where you've rated that item, because the likelihood is you'll drop it down the scale. And that's just a little thing to remember. Anyway, this guy's getting a little bit agitated, and yeah, Rufus sound. Oh, give me kisses, can you? So I've had a kiss off Rufus, and we're going to crack on with our little adventure out in the woods. These guys are putting a tarp up over the hammock, which we got off Amazon. Shout out to Amazon. 20 quid hammock. Oh dear, what's up you? Someone's getting a bit agitated. Ahoy hoy. A little bit different today. We're off on a bit of a ramble over the home stomping grounds, Rivington Pike. Well, we're at the back of the pike. We're heading over to Great Hill, Then we're going to head down over into White Coppice, Brinskull, that area. And I'm here with YouTube collab Vintage Belle, aka Laura Piers, who's just realised the YouTube channel isn't called Vintage Belle, it's just Laura Piers, so that needs to be amended. We've got Rufus Hound with us, and we've got Mr. Dave White as well, leading the gang. So the plan is go for a nice leisurely hike, take a few videos of the surrounding sites, and then cook some steak. There's Rufus making his mark and marking his territory on the grasslands. And it's quite bleak where we are at the minute. You can just see the pike in the background. Weather conditions, it's quite hazy. It's overcast, but there's bits of sun. You can see just over there. There's a bit of wind rattling away, and it's quite mild. It's a bit breezy. Anyway, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Peace. Ahoy hoy, we're back again. We're coming up to the little cross wall near Great Hill, and what I'll be doing is leaving my adventure cards there. Oh, some clothes there. And get to the cross wall with my adventure cards, and just want to say a big thank you and shout out to a gent called Roger Holm, who found one of my cards up at Stye Head. Apologies, I've got a snutchy nose as per usual when I'm out doing these. Anyway, he found one of my cards up near Stye Head in the lakes where I'd done a walk the other week, and very generously made a donation of £10, which I'm extremely grateful for. And exactly, this is what it's all about. This is the aim of the adventure cards. It's not a case of begging for money, it's just for me to connect with people and potentially make new friends with people who I might not actually meet, and they can see what I've been up to. If they've got their own YouTube channels, it'd be great because I can subscribe to them, see what they get up to, drop each other emails, follow me on Twitter. Anyway, that's enough of the marketing marketing spree. But what you can see, you've got all these massive stones what have been positioned here which form a trail. Great for walking along even when it's really boggy. As you can see, it gets really boggy at the sides. It's great for the mountain bikers, even though we've just seen a sign on one of the gates saying no cyclists, though I suspect that's as a result of some disgruntled walker. But the mountain bikers love it, especially if you've got the dual suspension setup, you've got all the gear. Yeah, I can definitely see the attraction. And fun fact, I keep doing this with the camera, that's not good. That's not the fun fact, by the way. The fun fact is that apparently these stones, as my dad tells me, were dropped here by helicopters. I'm not too sure whether he said in the 60s or the 70s, probably the 70s. It might have been the 80s, it might have been the 90s, but for some reason I've got the 70s in my head. So if you do know the history of these flagstones up near the Rivington Belmont area, Great Hill, drop me a comment below and let me know. And we'll just end the video here at this little patch. Bit swampy. And hopefully if the wind's ceased a bit you can hear all the birds singing away. We've seen a few jays. We've seen, well, we've heard the skylarks, but we've seen a few lapwings swooping about, who are obviously a bit concerned that we're too close to where they're nesting on the ground, but we're not going to disturb them. Anyway, catch up with you in a bit. Peace. Well, we're about 3/4 of the way there, and I've left the first Wanderings and Ramblings card on signpost number 527, which is on the Winter Hill footpath between White Coppice and Darwin. Fell runners, absolutely crazy. Anyway, we're just gonna have a minute, a little crossing bit. Rufus is just having a chill there, and yeah, and then we'll set off again. See you shortly. Ahoy hoy! We've now entered the woodland, just near Great Hill. Plenty of woodland about. The gang are there, making the way. A few more minutes and then we'll be having a few steaks, getting the steaks underway, getting the beers cooked. It's all going to be going off in the trees, big tree rave. I'll speak to you shortly when we're getting the cooking going. Peace. So we're now trying to light the old the fire without cheating. Got our flint stick. Absolute nightmare. Oh, and it's broke.
Bloody arsehole. I'm sick of you being number one at everything.
It's our second strike.
Third.
Third strike.
Not having that. That's what we'll do next time. We'll all bring our own little timber kit. And we'll go on a competition. See who can do it first. Do you need a food light bounce off the start of it now? Food light victory. Go on.
There we go.
Cracking.
So it is possible to get this flaming away.
That's like what an arm workout.
As soon as this smoke disappears, we'll get the flames coming, and then we can crack on with the old prepping the steak. Right, let's pack these bits and bobs up back in this box. Flint, there we go, there we go. Right, I'll see you all in a moment. Peace. Ahoy hoy, it's getting pretty smoky here. We're just waiting for the flame to come through, and then we can start cooking the steak. Come on. There we go, smoke's going. Get the steak prep going now, so I'll just spin the camera around. See you in a minute, peace. So first up we've got some stir fry veg, which we're gonna get in here. We've got some peppers up, chucking it all over the floor. Get some of them in there. Lots of peppers. Dave's just doing a bit of sawing over there. Get all these in here. Get that oil soaking in them. Oh dear. Here, do you want some stir fry veg?
No, we got some asparagus and mushrooms.
Alright, I'll pop them there. Right. And we get the old thing. Pop it on there. And we're cooking. There we go. Right, I'll catch up with you when we're doing the steak. Just seen a deer. Let's see if we can find it. I don't know where he's gone. I can hear it. Let's have a look up here. See, and you come out with the professionals with all the gear.
All the gear, no idea.
No idea, with a fancy bloody grill. Whereas me,
you're doing it old school way.
I've had to rustle up with a bit of bracken, a makeshift holder for the old pan. I'm just waiting for the flame to get in, and then we can get a veg stir fried and our steak on shortly. I might move the time-lapse camera in a moment, just in case we can catch the deers at another point, but we'll see. The stir-fry veg is going well. Just got the steak now. Open this beauty up. Pop that for a moment. Oh shit! Steak landed on leaves.
Oh no, look wait, 5 second rule. Put it on and then take that off, it's fine.
Adds a bit of flavour anyway, rice. A bit woody. There you go. Live camping. Already dropped the steak into the fire. Zoom that out a bit. There we go. Drop the steak on the ground, I mean. Bloody hell. Right, I'll catch up with you in a minute when I've cooked this through a bit more. Peace. And there we go. Steak done. Burnt pinky. Burnt thumb. Ah well, it was worth it. Ribeye steak, melted cheese, and some stir-fried veg in there for good measure. Probably a few twigs and whatnot where I dropped it on the floor, but hey, it's all fibre. And I'm just going to have a selection of beverages in a moment. But first I'm going to crack on with this steak. Ahoy hoy! We're on our way back to the car. Probably got another mile and a half to go. Overall it's been a nice day. It's nice and it looks cloudy. Ooh, but it's blue skies. Bits of cloud. It's quite mild. I've got the t-shirt on now. Oh, because a bit hot and sweaty after those few beers we had. A few stouts, a few IPAs, dark bitters and whatnot. Lovely steak. Anyway, purpose of this final 2-minute video, as we're approaching the 50-second mark, is to ask you, the viewers, that's if there are any of you, where can I walk next week? What mountain can I conquer? Bear in mind, I've done Scafell Pike, Skiddaw, Helvellyn, Old Man of Coniston, Cat's Bells, no it's not Cat's Bells, it's Cat Bells, and Ingleborough, which is over in the Yorkshire Dales. Preferably I'd like some in the lakes, but it doesn't have to be. It's got to be a decent challenge anyway. And yeah, let me know in the comments below. Oh god, my arm's hurting holding it here. Reefer Sound, Dave White, Laura Pearce, little collab with them two today. And that's the end of this video. Until next time guys, keep wondering, keep rambling, keep the peace. See you later.